My wife recoiled when I touched her. 6:30 on a Wednesday morning. Coffee brewing. Toast burning in the toaster. The kitchen smelled like every other morning in our 8 years of marriage routine, and tired. I stood behind Emily at the island, laptop open to an email thread about a $2 million contract. Numbers swam across the screen. My shoulders ached. She hunched over her phone, thumbs scrolling through Instagram with the mechanical rhythm of someone half asleep. Blue light washed her face. The screen glowed with filtered vacation photos, designer handbags, and restaurant plates arranged like museum pieces. Her nail polish caught the light fresh manicure, deep burgundy, expensive. A notification banner dropped across her screen. I caught it from over her shoulder. A message from someone. Mail name. Heart emoji next to it. Marcus. She swiped it away fast. Fingers quick in practice. I reached for her waist. Habit. Muscle memory from years of good mornings and stolen moments. My hands found the curve of her hip. Through her silk pajama topped the expensive set I bought her last Christmas. She jerked away. Sharp. Violent almost. Backslash. If you want to touch someone, Jake, book a massage, backslash. Her voice came out flat. Dead. No anger. No heat. The kind of cold you only get when the person is checked out months ago, but forgot to mention it. She locked her phone screen. Black mirror. Her thumb stayed pressed against the power button like she wanted to make sure I understood her phone, her business, her secrets. The coffee maker gurgled its final breath. Smoke rose from the toaster. The kitchen clock ticked into silence. Each second stretched long and uncomfortable. I stepped back to the counter. My hands gripped the granite edge. Cold stone under warm palms. The contract email stared at me from my laptop 2 million reasons to stay focused, to keep providing, to keep being the wallet she reached into whenever she wanted something shiny. Backslash massage prices start around $500 an hour. Backslash, I said. Backslash plus tip. Maybe I should check how much affection from my own wife costs these days. Backslash. Emily scrolled, kept scrolling. Her jaw clenched. The muscle twitched. Backslash new rules, backslash, I continued. Backslash no more gifts. No more bills paid without question. You want something, you buy it yourself. Starting with the electric bill due Friday, backslash. Her thumb stopped mid-scroll. Shoulders went rigid. Her back straightened. Face flushed red from her neck up to her cheeks. But she said nothing. 8 years of marriage, and I had never seen her speechless. Not when I forgot our anniversary. Not when I worked through her birthday dinner. Not ever. I grabbed my coffee. Black. No sugar. The mug warmed my hands as I walked toward the garage. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Banking app notification. I swiped it open. Transaction alert. Yesterday. 3:15 in the afternoon. Serenity Day Spa. $800. $800 while I negotiated contracts. While I worked 12-hour days. While I paid the mortgage, the car payments, the credit card she maxed out on things she never needed. The garage door groaned open. My car sat waiting. Leather seats. Premium sound system. Heated steering wheel. All the comfort money could buy. I climbed in and pulled out my phone again. Transaction history. 3 months' worth. Coffee shops I never visited. Restaurants where I never ate. Boutiques I never stepped inside. A pattern emerged through the numbers lunches on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Always the same time. Always the same expensive bistro downtown. Marcus. The name sat heavy in my mind. Heart emoji. Quick swipe to hide it. 8 years of marriage, and suddenly she needed privacy. Suddenly my touch repulsed her. Suddenly she had somewhere else to be every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon. I backed out of the driveway. The house disappeared in my rearview mirror. White shutters. Manicured lawn. Perfect suburban facade. Inside, my wife scrolled through Instagram, planning her next $800 spa day, her next lunch with Marcus, her next withdrawal from my account. The massage comment replayed in my head. Clinical. Transactional. As if affection came with a price tag. As if 8 years meant nothing. As if I existed solely as a funding source for her lifestyle, while she found warmth somewhere else. The morning sun cut through the windshield. Traffic built up ahead. Red lights stretched down the highway. I merged into the slow lane and let the other commuters rush past. No hurry now. The contract could wait. The meetings could wait. Everything could wait while I figured out how to. 12 hours. 12 hours of client meetings, contract revisions, and conference calls where I smiled and nodded while my mind replayed the morning. Marcus. The heart emoji. $800 at a spa. The way Emily locked her phone like she was protecting state secrets. I pulled into the driveway at 7:30. House lights glowed warm through the windows. Inviting. False. I cut the engine and sat in the silence. My head throbbed. Tension coiled at the base of my skull. Inside, Emily sprawled across the couch, phone in hand. Reality show play on the television. People screaming at each other over manufactured drama. Wine glass on the coffee table, half empty. Her eyes never lifted from the screen. Dinner's in the fridge, she said. Monotone. Bored. Leftover salad. Some cold pizza. I dropped my briefcase. The thud echoed. She flinched but kept scrolling. New dress. Navy blue. Designer label probably. The fabric hugged her curves in a way I recognized. Expensive. Her nails gleamed with fresh polish. Different color from this morning. Ruby red now. Another trip somewhere. Another charge on my card. Thanks for the effort, I said. Sarcasm dripped heavy. Love coming home to scraps after working since 6. She shrugged. One shoulder. Dismissive. You know where DoorDash is. Order something. You have enough money. Her voice sharpened on those last words. Accusatory. Like having money made me the villain. Nice dress. I moved toward the kitchen. Never seen it before. Her thumb paused. Millisecond hesitation. Had it forever. You never notice anything. I noticed plenty. The fridge door swung open. Wilted lettuce. Congealed cheese on stale pizza. Like how busy you've been. Instagram. Yoga. Spa days. None of which pay the mortgage. Then order food. Each word came out clipped. Sharp. God knows you can afford it. I turned. Faced her. New rule. I'm blocking your access to my account. Cash only. Or Venmo. Want something? Earn it yourself. Her phone rang. The sound shattered the tension. She grabbed it fast. Screen lit up her face. Her eyes went wide. Finger stabbed the decline button. Who was it? Spam. Too quick. Too defensive. Just spam. But I saw the name. 3 seconds. Enough time. Marcus. Calling her at 7:45 on a Wednesday night, while she sat on our couch. In our house. Drinking wine I bought. Spam named Marcus? Color drained from her face. She stood. Phone clutched against her chest like armor. You're being paranoid. Dramatic. It's nobody. Nobody calls at dinner time. I grabbed my keys. Nobody makes you hide your phone. Nobody costs $800 at a spa. Where you going? Out. The door slammed behind me before she could respond. 20 minutes later, I sat in a roadside diner, neon sign flickering, greasy burger and fries on a crack plate. My phone lay next to my coffee cup. Banking app open. Transaction history filling the screen. 3 months of statements. Pattern after pattern. Lou Bernardine. Tuesdays, $160. Lucia's Wine Bar. Thursdays, $220. The Ivy. Friday lunches, $190. Restaurants where we never ate together. Times when I sat in conference rooms. Days when she claimed yoga class or shopping with girlfriends. Marcus. The name burned itself into my memory. Some college friend she never mentioned. Some ghost from her past who suddenly warranted heart emojis and declined calls and nervous lies. 8 years. 8 years of marriage reduced to cold shoulders and secret lunches and spa days funded by my 70-hour work weeks. 8 years of building a life. She was systematically dismantling one expensive Tuesday at a time. I finished my burger, paid cash, drove home through empty streets. The house sat dark, except for the bedroom light. Emily had retreated, hidden herself away, probably texting Marcus, probably planning her next excuse. Tomorrow we had plans. Barbecue at Mike and Sarah's house. Couples event, smiles and small talk, and pretending everything was perfect. Perfect. I parked in the driveway, sad in the darkness. Tomorrow I would smile. Tomorrow I would watch her perform. Tomorrow I would wait for the right moment to let everyone see what I saw, the truth behind the facade. Silence filled the car. Thick, suffocating. Emily sat in the passenger seat, fingers wrapped around her phone. Every few seconds it vibrated. She ignored each buzz. Her jaw clenched tighter with each notification. Music played. Some pop station she insisted on. Synthetic beats and auto-tune vocals. She reached over, squeezed my hand. Playful, flirtatious. Like nothing happened. Like last night never existed. "You look handsome today," she said, voice sweet as poison. Her phone vibrated again. Fourth time in 10 minutes. She pulled her hand back, checked the screen, declined something. Her smile faltered. "Manicure budget must be killing you," I said, eyes on the road. "Especially now you have to pay your own bills." She laughed, forced, mechanical. "Maybe I should get a job. Would you like that?" "I'd like you to use those hands for something besides swiping my credit card." Her laughter died. The rest of the drive passed in loaded silence. Mike's backyard sprawled with people, grill smoking, beer flowing, children shrieking across the lawn. Sarah waved from the patio. Emily plastered on her social smile and disappeared into a cluster of women, wine glass in hand, within 30 seconds. I found Mike at the grill, burgers sizzling. He handed me a beer. "Contract going well?" he asked. "Signed yesterday. $2.3 million. Congratulations." He flipped a burger. "Hey, random question. Saw Emily last week. Tuesday. That new Italian place downtown. She with client or something?" My grip tightened on the bottle. Glass grew slick under my palm. "What time?" "Lunch. Around 1. She was with some guy. Tall. Dark hair. Looked cozy." Before I could respond, Emily's voice cut through the yard. Loud. Theatrical. Performing. "Jake's been in such a mood lately," she announced. Sarah and 3 other women circled around her. "Feels so unappreciated. Works so hard. So stressed." The sarcasm dripped, each word exaggerated. Mocking. The women exchanged glances. I walked over, beer still in hand. The group fell quiet. "You want to talk about stress?" My voice came out calm. Measured. "Let's discuss numbers. $5,000 a month. Every month. Mortgage paid. Car paid. Credit cards paid. Insurance paid. Groceries bought. Utilities covered." Emily's face went white. Paper white. Her wine glass trembled. "Jake, does $5,000 a month cover dinners with strange men?" I continued. "Tuesday lunches at Le Bernardine? Thursday evenings at Lucia's? Because those charges keep appearing. Funny how I'm never there." Sarah's mouth dropped open. The other women stared. Mike stood frozen at the grill. Smoke billowed around him. "Who's Marcus, Emily?" She stepped back, eyes wide, frantic. "He's nobody. Just an old college friend." "You're making a scene." "Old college friend you never mentioned in 8 years? Old friend who sends heart emojis? Old friend who calls during dinner?" "This is insane." Her voice cracked, defensive, desperate. "You're humiliating me, in front of everyone." "I'm humiliating you?" The laugh escaped harsh, bitter. "I work 70 hours a week, pay every bill, fund every spa day, every shopping trip, every secret lunch. And you recoil when I touch you, tell me to book a massage, treat me like an ATM with inconvenient emotions." Dave from accounting grinned into his drink. The other men shifted uncomfortably. Children still played, oblivious. The grill hissed. Emily's eyes glistened, tears forming. Strategic tears. Performance tears. "He's nobody. It was just lunch." We ran into each other. Ran into each other every Tuesday for 3 months? She had no answer. Her mouth opened, closed, open again. Nothing came out. Sarah touched her arm. Emily jerked away. I need to use the bathroom. She pushed through the crowd, disappeared into the house. Her phone stayed clutched in her hand. Probably texting Marcus. Probably spinning the story. Probably planning her next lie. The party recovered slowly. Conversations resumed. Forced laughter. Sidelong glances. Mike handed me another beer. Said nothing. What could he say? I stayed through dessert. Smiled. Made small talk. Acted normal. Emily remained inside. Hiding. When we finally left, she climbed into the car without a word. The drive home stretched eternal. She stared out the window. Silent. Seething. Planning her counterattack. I didn't care anymore. The truth was out. Everyone saw it. Everyone knew. The perfect facade had cracked wide open, and I felt nothing but relief. Emily exploded the moment we hit the highway. How dare you? Her voice shattered the silence. Shrill. Furious. How dare you humiliate me like that? In front of everyone. I kept my eyes on the road. Hands steady on the wheel. You want to talk about humiliation? Let's start with massage therapists. You accused me of cheating. You made me look like some kind of... Who's Marcus? The question stopped her cold. Her mouth snapped shut. I could feel her staring, calculating, weighing her options. I told you, old college friend. We ran into each other at a coffee shop. Caught up. That's it. 8 years of marriage. Never mentioned him once. Not one time. Now suddenly he's important enough for weekly lunches. We weren't close. Lost touch. It's not a crime to reconnect with old friends. I merged into the right lane. My knuckles whitened on the steering wheel. Mike saw you. Tuesday. Italian place. He said you looked cozy. Her breath hitched. Barely noticeable. But I heard it. We were talking. Normal conversation. Mike's reading too much into it. You're reading too much into it. This is insane. Show me your phone. What? Your phone. Show me. If it's innocent. If it's nothing. Prove it. Silence. Heavy. Damning. I don't have to prove anything to you, she said finally. Voice cold. You don't get to interrogate me. Control me. Monitor me like I'm some child. The rest of the drive passed without words. My jaw ached from clenching. Her arms crossed tight over her chest. Defense. Armor. Guilt. Home. I went straight to my office. Laptop open. Banking app loaded. 3 months of statements printed. Highlighted. Organized. Tuesday lunches. Thursday dinners. Friday expenses. Hotel charge from 3 weeks ago. Downtown. $260. Same day as a lunch charge. Hotel. Downtown. Lunch in a room. My hands shook. The paper crinkled. Emily appeared in the doorway 2 days later. Forced smile. Makeup perfect. Hair styled. My parents want us for dinner tonight. Please, let's try to be normal. For them. Diana's dining room smelled like pot roast and judgment. Emily's mother fussed over place settings. Her father, Bob, sat quiet at the head of the table, reading his paper, ignoring the tension. Jake works too much, Diana said, passing the potatoes. Never home. Emily's practically a widow. I'm home plenty, I replied, fork scraping against plate. Home enough to pay every bill, cover every expense, fund every spa day and shopping trip. Emily kicked me under the table. Her heel connected sharp with my shin. Speaking of bills, I continued. Water bills overdue. Emily was supposed to handle it. But handling bills requires more than swiping a credit card at Neiman Marcus. Jake. Emily's voice carried warning. Remember the massage comment? Should I book affection by the hour? What's the going rate these days? Diana's fork clattered. Bob folded his paper. Slowly. His eyes moved between us. Is everything all right? He asked. Quiet. Careful. With you too. Emily opened her mouth. Nothing came out. Define all right, I said. If all right means working 70 hours a week, while my wife spends her afternoons with Marcus. If all right means finding hotel charges, I can't explain. If all right means being treated like an inconvenient wallet with feelings, then sure, everything's perfect. Marcus. Diana looked at Emily. Confusion. Concern. Who's Marcus? Nobody. Emily's face flushed crimson. Jake's being paranoid. Dramatic. Making up stories. Hotel charge says otherwise. Tuesday. 3 weeks ago. $260 for a room. Right after a $90 lunch at that French place you love. Bob set down his paper completely. His expression hardened. Emily? His voice carried disappointment. Decades of it. Is there someone else? No. God, no. This is ridiculous. Jake's losing his mind because I have friends. Because I have a life outside our house. Because I don't sit home waiting for him like some 50s housewife. But her eyes darted. Her hands trembled. Her voice pitched too high. Defensive. Desperate. Diana stared at her daughter. Bob stared at me. Emily stared at her plate. Nobody ate. The pot roast grew cold. I left before dessert point 1 week. 7 days of sleeping in separate rooms. 7 days of passing each other like strangers. 7 days before I hired the private investigator. The envelope arrived on a Thursday. Manila. Thick. Heavy with truth. Photographs spilled across my desk. Emily and Marcus. Outside his apartment building. His hand on her lower back. Her face tilted up toward his. Laughing. Another photo. Them entering. Timestamp 2:15. Another. Them leaving. Timestamp 5:40. 3.5 hours. I set the photos in a neat stack. Slid them back into the envelope. My hand stayed steady. No shaking. No tears. Just cold clarity. That evening I worked at the dining room table. Contract revisions. Spreadsheets. Numbers that actually made sense. Unlike my marriage, Emily emerged from the bedroom. Suitcase rolling behind her. Wheels clicking against hardwood. She stopped at the table. Drew herself up. Dramatic pause. Performance mode activated. If you can't appreciate me, can't give me what I need, maybe we should get divorced. I reached for the envelope, placed it on the table, slid it toward her. Her eyes dropped. Confusion flickered. She picked it up, opened it. Her face drained of color. Every drop of blood. Gone. Paper white. Sheet white. Jake, this isn't. 2017. My voice came out flat. Mechanical. Paid off your student loans. $38,000. 2018. Your car. Financed. Monthly payments. $462. Every month. 2019. Credit card debt. $14,000. Paid in full. 2020. Your mother's medical bills. $8,000. Covered. 2021 through now. Mortgage. Utilities. Insurance. Groceries. Clothes. Spa days. Shopping trips. Dinners with Marcus. She clutched the photos. Hands trembling. It was a mistake. He doesn't mean anything. I love you. We can fix this. Fix what? The lying? The cheating? The using me as your personal bank while you found warmth somewhere else. Jake, please. Take your things. Go to Marcus. Let's see how long he lasts when you need $800 spa days and designer dresses and weekly dinners at restaurants he can't afford. Tears streamed down her face. Real ones now, not performance tears. Panic tears. I made a mistake. One mistake. Don't throw away 8 years over one mistake. One mistake. I stood, pushed the chair back. You spent 3 months with him. 3 months of Tuesday lunches and Thursday dinners and hotel rooms. 3 months of treating me like an ATM with inconvenient feelings. 3 months of recoiling when I touched you. 3 months of cold comments and colder shoulders. That's not one mistake. That's a choice. Hundreds of choices. I walked to the front door, opened it. Evening air rushed in. Cool. Clean. You sold our marriage for attention from another man, for someone who made you feel special without requiring anything in return. But here's reality. Your bills now. Rent. Food. your own expenses. Let's see how special you feel when the money stops. She grabbed her suitcase, stumbled toward the door, mascara running. You'll regret this. The only thing I regret is not seeing it sooner. She left. The door closed. Silence filled the house. Real silence. Peaceful silence. I returned to my spreadsheets. 3 weeks later, we signed papers at the lawyer's office. She tried to apologize outside. Tears. Trembling voice. Script she'd rehearsed. I'm sorry. Truly sorry. I was confused. Lost. Can we talk? Apologies are about 6 months, and 1 mark is too late. 6 months after that, I had routines. Gym. Work. Home. Order. Cleanliness. Quiet. No drama. No lies. No checking bank statements for mysterious charges. The supermarket on a Saturday. Produce section. I reached for apples. Emily stood 3 feet away. Thin. Tired. Dark circles under her eyes. Her cart held generic brands. Budget items. Nearly empty. Jake. Her voice cracked. You look good. Thanks. Marcus left me 2 months after. Said I was too expensive. Too demanding. I pushed my cart past her. Paused. You played cold. Stay frozen. Home. Soda from the fridge. Game controller in hand. Feet on the coffee table. No judgment. No tension. No cold shoulders or colder hearts.